Basically, you need to have a sense of humor about the futility and infinity of existence and the unknowability of it. I want to talk about compulsiveness and becoming free of the bonds of our thinking minds. Does that sound like a good thing to talk about? Compulsion is the gravitational force field of ego. Got it? It's literally not in your control. If I take these bees and go like that, they fall down. Why? Gravity, right? Well, compulsion is like a gravitational force field. And so the most important thing to know with that is you're not at fault. Don't blame yourself. People beat themselves up for their compulsions and then stay stuck in them. That is why the true first step is acceptance. It is what it is. Okay, I have these compulsions, whatever they are. We all have them one way or another. It's human nature. Okay? This is where understanding leads to empathy, compassion, and forgiveness towards yourself rather than continually beating yourself up and pushing yourself to a higher bar. I'm not saying there isn't a place for that, of course. There is, in a relative sense, where we are inspired by challenge and work hard in that way, that's fine. But when we're here in this environment of healing and transformation and connectedness, we need to shift our attitude to Zen mind, beginner's mind. A mind that is open, available, and not burdened with preconceived ideas about what's happening. But I talked about becoming free of the mental bonds, didn't I? So the first step in that is to recognize that they're there and that they run you, or they're causing you to get emotionally insecure or afraid, or whatever it's doing, angry. So instead of going into the story, you come back to the senses of your body, breathing, feeling, allowing the emotional energy to move. Emotional energy is like rivers, like rain, like wind. It's a natural weather system of our ecosystem, of our inner ecosystem. Thought is too, actually. And once thought is not in control anymore, and then it becomes phenomenally wonderful and useful, then it's a beautiful tool of creativity and envisioning. Then it works for you rather than keeps you enslaved in fear. Because the compulsivity of ego is a gravitational force field, see? And people say, well, I had this great awakening, John, and I was at the retreat, or is it your group and whatever, and I was just really free, and then all of a sudden it all came back, and it's worse. What's wrong? I thought I was done. And I say, well, actually, you're beginning. I'm sorry. And if any of you have heard of Ramana Maharshi, I think some of you have heard of him, right? He was very revered, a beautiful being in India that had various students like Papaji, Punjaji, and Robert Adams, and others. And one of his students had been with him a long time, 30 years or something like that. And he said, and he came and he was complaining. Robert Adams told me the story. And he was complaining, and he said, I've been with you for 30 years, Ramana, and I've been doing all these, everything, and I'm still having this and all these problems. And he was complaining. He was, complaining. And Ramana said, why don't you try another 30 years? I thought that was funny. I know it's kind of depressing and overwhelming, but it's also kind of funny, really. Basically, you need to have a sense of humor about the futility and infinity of existence and the unknowability of it. When you truly contemplate what is the meaning of life, I know you did, Luciana. I did too earlier, and well, it led to that. And when you truly comprehend it, you realize we don't know. And not only do we not know, but if you truly surrender into that, you open into profound awareness and what's called enlightened consciousness. Literally filled with light and energy. Where there's no more you, no more body, no more struggle. At least for that moment. Awakening to your true nature, awareness of awareness, which you've all had, more or less, is the field of practice, the interconnectedness of wisdom and intuitive guidance and creative expression. Everyone has this. It is your nature. Nobody's doesn't have it.